Should you hold on to Jerry Jeudy?
No.
What's the biggest mistake most fantasy players are going to make after week one?
Getting, worried about Derrick Henry or Zeke Elliot. But sometimes a bad start is a bad season, but, calm down. If you look at the week one leaders last year and then the end of the year leaders, they don't match up very well.
3 players you regret not drafting.
Jamar Chase, Kyler Murray, and Darren Waller. And I didn't even want Darren Waller, but man, seeing those 19 targets, just force feeding him, I was like, oh, this is a mistake. This guy's going to be a monster.
Your best guess what's going on with Brandon Ayuk?
I think he's just banged up with an injury, and Shanahan just wanted to hold him out one more week. Once those coaches become autocrats, any crazy thing could happen, and that makes me a little nervous about my Elijah Mitchell shares. As soon as I start him, I'm sure Trey Sermon's going to go crazy.
There's only one quarterback in Superflex leagues worth bidding on this week, and that's Taylor Heineke. Where's your seasonal ranking for him, assuming that he starts for the rest of the year?
Like 24th, assuming he was the starter.
Nobody wanted Josh Jacobs or Miles Sanders. What do you think that, since their week one performance was actually better than most expected, are you higher on those guys for the rest of the season?
Not Jacobs. Jacobs got no work on third downs. He got no work in the 2-minute drills. So not Jacobs, but Sanders for sure. I mean, the negative is that Kenny Gainwell looks good and he's got a role, and they even gave him a goal line carry. He got a touchdown. But Sanders is getting work. He's getting receptions. He looks spry. The offensive line is good. Running next to Hurts is a huge advantage. So Miles Sanders, remember, he's a first-round pick in 2020. He's a big bust. But that team collapsed. So I'm really happy to have some Miles Sanders.
Which Ravens running back do you prefer to have on your roster for the rest of the season?
Tavis Murray. Tyson Williams ran well, but he missed a key block. I can't remember if it resulted in a fumble. I think just a stuff or a sack. But, that kind of stuff is important. And Latavius Murray's an old pro. He's the kind of guy I think that they will stick with. So I would go Murray.
In most leagues, there's 5 or 6 bench spots. Should Marcus Callaway be dropped or held on to?
Held on to. I mean, obviously depends what your particular situation is, but held on to, because it wasn't like someone else emerged as the clear guy. So it was a blowout win. They didn't need to throw that much. There's a chance that Callaway, gets 7 or 8 or 9 targets next week. But I do feel pretty good about being the lowest person on Callaway and getting excoriated, unjustly by Dalton Del Don for it. It's certainly, if we redrafted, he'd go in the 11th round now.
Who's going to have more fantasy PPR points from the rest of the season, Hamler or Tim Patrick?
I'll say Patrick. Hamler is really fast and quick, but he's so skinny and small. And I think Patrick is physical and big and can move a little bit. He has the prototype number one receiver who can get 130 target body. Now, Cortland Sutton's still there. Noah Fant's still there. And Jeudy presumably is coming back. But for the next few weeks, Patrick could be the guy. So I would pick him up over Hamler. In
a typical 5 and 6 bench league with no IR spots, should you hold on to Jerry Jeudy?
No. And the sooner you cut him, the better. The problem is when you wait 4 weeks, then the injuries strike, and then you have no choice except to take a 0 in your lineup or drop him, and then you drop him. Well, you missed on 4 weeks of speculative pickups. That backup running back that got a job. I picked up Elijah Mitchell before the game started, before Mostert got hurt, and now I got him, right? But if I had a Jerry Jeudy type or a Michael Thomas on my bench, I wouldn't be able to make that move. So you really cost yourself. The time to cut them is right away. And I don't think I would wait around. And who knows if he's going to be 100% when he comes back.
To get a 10-day free trial of RotoWire, click the link in the video description below or go to rotowire.com/try.